Hey, just a quick update on the fancy red tiger tank or the red fancy tiger. And, I kind of realized that this weekend that this tank is the most successful Carabiner tank I've ever had in all my years of shrimp keeping. This tank is amazing. I'm actually already pulling the I'm already calling the tank like the shrimp that have bad coloration and bad stripes. I've been pulling them and putting them in the giant 40 breather carabiner tank that I have. This tank, man, is insane. Like when I put food and all the other tanks, I either use shrimp dinner or I use that Vans. Is it called Vans and or trim? Anyway, I have this really good food. It's kind of hard to get that I've been recommended to give to the carabiner shrimp over from Mark and some other guys that are really good at shrimp keeping. Um, when I put it in for an hour and a half. I set a timer on Alexa and I pull it out for all my other tanks. Like there's always a little bit left or whatever. I pull it out and throw it out because I don't want the food to waste. In this tank, it's always gone. These shrimp devour anything I put in the tank. It's crazy. I've never seen this type of behavior in Caradina shrimp. Neo Caradina shrimp, yeah, because Neo Caradina shrimp they move more. They seem to like go after food, kind of like fish. But Neo Caradina, I've never seen shrimp behavior like these in a Caradina shrimp, which is crazy. And right now, pretty much all the females in this tank are buried. I think that's should be yeah, that's another buried female right there. All the females are buried. Um, there's so much. Oh, focus. There's a lot of babies in here. There's a lot of like teenager, adolescents, and a lot of adults. So the tank is full. There's a lot of shrimp in here. So I'm going to start pulling and putting them in the 40 breeder where they have tons of space to live out their shrimpy lives. Um, but the major change that I made in the tank was a few weeks ago. I think I posted on the last video. And look at that, I'm already starting to get green wall algae. I posted because again, I have only have a few people on the internet that I listen to. I listen to Mark Shrimp Tanks, and he said he stopped doing water changes. And so I was like, that's crazy. You can't do water changes. In the last video, I was like, that's silly. You can't stop doing water changes. So I was like, then I researched some more and I found another person who's a very experienced shrimp keeper started doing the same thing. I'm like, all right, so okay, now I have two legit people saying not to do water changes anymore in the Caradina tanks. So maybe I should give it a try. And again, this is a sort of a new hobby. This is not like keeping pets like cats and dogs or lizards or anything like that. The shrimp hobby is fairly new. This is something I only started around like late 1990s, early 2000s. So that's as far as a hobbyist, keep animal keeping hobby. This is new, so everything is still under research, and it's not like it's cats and dogs where you have millions of owners and millions of research. There's not too many people when you look at the full scope that's doing research in shrimp keeping. So it's kind of up to the community, and we're the scientists, and we're sharing our ideas and in order to like grow this hobby and learn from it. So I stopped doing water changes. I haven't done water changes in this tank for about a month now, and since then the shrimp are all buried. The algae, the green wall algae, is prolific. There was a bunch on the front. I had to scrape it off so I can film. I haven't had any deaths. I checked the water weekly just to make sure that my ammonia, nitrites aren't going out of control, and everything is perfect. It's I'm really like at a loss for words because by now I would have think that the ammonia will be pretty high. Nothing. Everything is fine. They're happy, as you can see. They're running around, male chasing females. And if I was to put food in here, they would go nuts and consume it all. So I'm kind of stunned by this. I didn't think this would work out, but it's working, and I'm saving on water. Um, and it's saving on fluctuation for them because obviously a water change will fluctuate the pH because you're getting rid of acidic water and putting non-acidic water in. Um, and it seems like they're all happier now. Everything seems to be fine now. And again, I'm learning. I'm learning every day. Everyone is learning every day, and this goes to show that if you think you know, you don't know. So right now, though, there's going to be a population boom in this tank. I'm just going to take the excess shrimp or the shrimp that I, don't want to co-breed, like, reproduce in here and put them in the larger tank. I haven't done a video on that tank yet. I had to transform it. Still making changes on it. And at some point I will, once I get the population up and I get things stabilized in that tank. But I stopped changing water in all my Caridina tanks. My Neo Caridina tanks, I still do the water change, do it every 2 weeks, and that those tanks are thriving as well. I do need to update a video on the Neo Caridinas because the plant activity in those tanks are ridiculous. I try to go a little more crazy with the plants in the Neos than I do in the Caridinas. Um, but yeah, and then as I make new tanks, I'll pull plants from the Neo tanks and just convert them into a more acidic Caridina tank. But yeah, I'm very, 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 very surprised that everything is going as well as I had my doubts, but I stand corrected. But yeah, it works out, man. I'll keep it posted. I'll put up a next video in probably another 2 months or so, just to update the progress. Hopefully by then, the population in the 40 breeder will be a little better than it is right now for filming, and I'll make a video for that.